Welcome to the Whiting Street Project Development and Environment, or PD&E Study public hearing. First, we'll discuss the purpose of the public hearing in the PD&E process, how to provide comments, the laws and regulations surrounding the hearing, and our commitment to Title VI compliance. Then, we'll take a moment to talk about the Tampa Hillsborough Expressway Authority, or THEA, who we are, and how we operate. Then we'll step through the study process, the constraints and considerations that we're working with, and the preferred build alternative we're recommending. Finally, we'll go over the next steps for the study. A recording of the presentation will be available on the Whiting Street PD&E.com website tomorrow. The purpose of tonight's hearing is to present the preferred alternative and the improvements included in that alternative, to present the anticipated benefits and any social, economic, and environmental impacts on the community. And the hearing serves as the official forum for the members of the public to talk to the staff about the project and provide opinions and concerns about the preferred alternative. There are many ways to provide comments on this project. Tonight, you may write your comments on the form provided and place the form in the comment box. Tonight, you may speak to the court reporter one-on-one to give a verbatim verbal public comment. At your convenience, you can mail the comment forms to the address on the comment form provided here tonight, or you can enter your comments at any time using the comment form on the Whiting Street PD&E website. This study has been conducted in compliance with all applicable federal and environmental laws, and pursuant to 23 U.S.C. subsection 327. This hearing is being held to give the public an opportunity to provide comments on this project. This hearing was advertised consistent with the federal and state requirements shown on the slide. Public participation at this hearing is solicited and encouraged without regard to race, color, national origin, age, sex, religion, disability, or family status. Persons wishing to express concerns about Title VI may do so by contacting THEA. The contact information is provided here. THEA is an independent transportation agency of the state. We receive no tax funding for the operations, maintenance, renewal, and replacement of our properties. New projects are funded with a combination of our toll revenues and toll bonds. The tolls collected on the Selman Expressway stay in Hillsborough County. We have a 7-member local board of directors. 4 local citizens are appointed by the governor: Vince Cassidy, Bennett Barrow, Daniel Alvarez, and John Weatherford. The 2 local elected officials are the City of Tampa Mayor Jane Castor and County Commissioner Ken Hagan, and the District 7 Secretary of Transportation, Secretary David Gwynn. Our main asset is the Leroy Selman Expressway, a toll road that connects Brandon to downtown Tampa and downtown Tampa to the Gandy Bridge, which connects to Pinellas County. Last year, we opened the extension of the Expressway on Gandy Boulevard. Meridian Avenue in Tampa and Brandon Parkway in Brandon are feeder roads to the reversible express lanes and have well-maintained bicycle and pedestrian path. THEA also owns the Selman Greenway, a bicycle and pedestrian path under the Selman Expressway in downtown Tampa. A PD&E study is an environmental and engineering process developed by the Florida Department of Transportation to look at the social, economic, natural, and physical environmental impacts of the different ways to build a project. This process was put into place in the 70s to openly ensure there are no disproportionate impacts to any part of the community, while still addressing a transportation challenge or need. After the study is completed, the THEA board will determine if it wishes to continue with the project. If so, design and engineering, finance, and right-of-way acquisition follow. There have been many opportunities throughout the study for the public to provide comments and input on the alternatives, including the virtual alternatives public meeting held on May 20th, 2021. Based on the comments and questions received from the alternatives meeting and the analysis completed during the PD&E study process, a preferred alternative has been developed and is being presented here tonight. The comments received tonight and through the comment period will be taken into consideration before finalizing the alternative for this study. Let's talk about the study. The Selman Expressway provides a critical connection within our community and region. It serves as an alternate route to the interstate and is a key component of the state's strategic intermodal system. The Expressway connects Brandon to St. Petersburg and allows people to live outside of the core downtown and still commute to work and events in downtown Tampa. It also serves as a designated evacuation route. In fact, the Selman Expressway carries over 200,000 travelers daily. The study area for the Whiting Street PD&E Study is in downtown Tampa. Right now, Whiting Street does not connect to Meridian Avenue because of the railroad tracks that run north-south just west of Meridian Avenue. The railroad tracks serve the Ardent Mills plant. When THEA built Meridian Avenue, we pledged to the city that we would connect Whiting Street to Meridian Avenue once the flour mill moved. Ardent Mills has committed to moving the flour mill in the coming year, so we started looking at ideas on how to make the system, the Selman Expressway and the downtown streets, function better for all modes of travel: cars, trucks, transit, bicyclists, and pedestrians. Since the city of Tampa is a Vision Zero city, THEA is always looking for ways to help with the Vision Zero initiative. The alternatives were developed with pedestrian safety and walkability in mind, in addition to connecting the center portion of downtown Tampa to the east. We are excited about how downtown is changing and growing, and we are committed to being part of the solution that makes getting around safer and easier. We used a 4-step process to develop, screen, and refine the alternatives for evaluation. The first step was to develop ideas to address the purpose and need of the project. We call these preliminary alternatives. A no-build alternative is always considered. The no-build is just that. What happens if we don't make any improvements at all? The no-build retains the existing configuration of the ramps and Whiting Street and assumes routine maintenance will continue into the future. Although the no-build alternative does not meet the needs of the project, nor does it address any growth that will happen in the area, it does provide a baseline to measure the potential effects of the build alternative. The no-build has some advantages, including no additional cost beyond maintenance and no inconvenience due to construction. We also evaluated 2 build alternatives. While many of the improvements in the 2 alternatives will be the same, the main differences were how to reconfigure Whiting Street between Jefferson Avenue and Brush Street, and where to connect the new portion of Whiting Street to Meridian Avenue. We'll show the preferred alternative in detail later, but here are the highlights of the differences. Alternative 1 would widen Whiting Street to 4 lanes with bike lanes, but keep the sidewalks the way they are now. It would also connect the new portion of Whiting Street to Meridian Avenue at the existing intersection where the east end of Whiting Street now meets Meridian Avenue. Alternative 2 would widen Whiting Street to 4 lanes also, but instead of bike lanes, this alternative would include 10-foot sidewalks. This would create a connection between the Selman Greenway and the Meridian Greenway on the south side of Whiting Street, and would encourage cyclists to use the new bike lanes on Cumberland Avenue, being installed as part of the city's planned cycle track. This alternative would connect the new portion of Whiting Street to Meridian Avenue at a new intersection, which would allow the grid network to be expanded later and would give an additional pedestrian crosswalk to cross Meridian Avenue. The traffic lights at both intersections would work together for smoother traffic flow and safer pedestrian crossings. Once the alternatives were developed, the team evaluated each alternative to determine how well it addressed the purpose and need of the project. Next, we presented the alternatives and their potential impacts and gathered comments from the public at our alternatives meeting on May 20, 2021. We used those comments to review the alternatives. Mainly because of the benefits of connecting Whiting Street at a new intersection, Alternative 2 was refined before being identified as the preferred alternative. Tonight's public hearing is being held to present the details of that preferred alternative. We plan to finalize the study in the next few months. Now let's talk more about the preferred alternative. Over the last several decades, the Channel District in downtown Tampa has experienced tremendous growth and change. The Tampa-Hillsborough Expressway Authority, THEA, has helped enable this growth by constructing Meridian Avenue so that the Leroy-Selman Expressway reversible lanes connect to downtown. THEA recognizes the billions in investment into this district, as well as the need for improved mobility, increased safety, and enhanced connectivity for all travelers in the area. THEA is conducting the Whiting Street PD&E Study to develop, evaluate, and select a preferred alternative that will provide safe and effective access to and around the downtown Channel District for all roadway users. The preferred alternative focuses on 4 key locations of the Channel District. The first improvement is to remove the downtown east exit ramp to allow the downtown west loop ramp to South Florida Avenue to be expanded to accommodate more commuters safely into downtown and to create a more seamless transition into downtown Tampa from the Selman Expressway. Realigning this ramp will also provide the opportunity to develop a vibrant community space with improved pedestrian connections. The removed downtown east exit ramp to Channelside Drive can then be realigned to the northeast and extended. Shifting this ramp will enhance mobility and distribute traffic throughout downtown by tying into the future Whiting Street extension and roadway grid network. The new ramp intersection at Whiting Street will include amenities like crosswalks and a pedestrian refuge to minimize crossing time and increase safety. Currently, Whiting Street ends at North Brush Street, cutting off a much-needed connection to Meridian from the west. Whiting Street will be extended to connect to Meridian, and roadway enhancements along Whiting will improve safety, traffic flow, mobility, and connectivity for all travelers. The new Whiting Street and Meridian Avenue intersection will enhance the accessibility throughout Channelside and downtown Tampa and create more options for drivers, cyclists, and pedestrians. New sidewalks, crosswalks, and signals will allow for a safe and convenient experience for everyone. The Whiting Street project aims to make Tampa Bay safer and easier for everyone to enjoy. More connections, more options, a better tomorrow. Now that you've seen the scope of what we're recommending, let's go through the improvements individually. There are 4 locations included in the preferred alternative. We'll go backwards through our lettering as we describe the improvements. Location D is the reconstruction of exit ramp 6A to Florida Avenue and the removal of exit ramp 6B, which currently gives access to Channelside Drive. Location C is the Jefferson Street entrance ramp to the Selman Expressway and a new Whiting Street exit ramp. Location B includes Whiting Street from Jefferson Street to Brush Street and the intersection of the end of the new Whiting Street exit ramp. And finally, Location A is the new portion of Whiting Street from Brush Street to Meridian Avenue. Let's start in the west at Location D, where we will make several improvements to help with our original goal of connecting Whiting Street to Meridian Avenue in a safe manner for both pedestrians and vehicles. Today, the eastbound downtown exits are close together. The improvement would move the exits further apart and create an oval Florida Avenue exit ramp. This will remove the Channelside 5-legged intersection and allow for a new Whiting exit ramp. First, we would remove the existing diagonal ramp for exit 6B. When we remove the ramp, we will lengthen the loop ramp that connects to Florida Avenue, which is exit ramp 6A, and realign it by widening the curve. This would make more room for vehicles that need to queue at the new signal at the end of the ramp and allow vehicles a longer distance to slow down before reaching Florida Avenue. We would also widen the ramp to 2 lanes through the curve and 3 lanes as it approaches Florida Avenue. At the end of the ramp, a traffic signal would be installed to make it safer for pedestrians and for the vehicles merging onto northbound Florida Avenue. This would also make it easier for drivers already on Florida Avenue that need to turn right onto Broreen Street so they don't have to weave with vehicles coming off the exit ramp. A sensor at the ramp would communicate with the signals at Channelside Drive and Whiting Street to help clear the roads and allow traffic from the ramp to flow better. Another element that will improve pedestrian safety and comfort is extending the curb along Florida Avenue so that the crossing distance for Channelside Drive is shorter. A wall will be constructed between the ramp and sidewalk to separate pedestrians and bicyclists from traffic exiting the Selman Expressway. A longer ramp will also provide an opportunity to create a community space. This view shows an artist rendering of the new loop ramp from the intersection of Channelside Drive and Florida Avenue looking northeast. By changing the loop ramp, we would be able to build it on an elevated structure to create a larger open area underneath for pedestrians to pass from parking areas to points of interest, such as Amalie Arena. For the many pedestrians that would use the intersection of Channelside Drive and Morgan Street to get to Amalie Arena, we would improve the sidewalks, add high-visibility crosswalks, and enhance the walk signals to improve pedestrian connectivity and make the area safer. This view shows an artist rendering of the new elevated loop ramp from the intersection of Channelside Drive and Morgan Street looking northwest. Let's move to Location C, the Jefferson Street entrance ramp to the Selman Expressway and a new Whiting Street exit ramp. This graphic shows where we'll move the exit ramp 6B to. The new location will connect to Whiting Street. The ramp will be approximately 700 feet to ensure there are no backups on the Selman Expressway. When the new ramp is constructed, we'll have to move the Jefferson entrance ramp to the north just a bit. The new Whiting Street ramp will also cut off Nebraska Avenue to the north, so we will construct a connection from Nebraska Avenue to Finley Street. This view shows an artist's rendering of the new ramp to Whiting Street and the shifted entrance from Jefferson Street looking west. Now let's move to Location B, Whiting Street from Brush Street to Jefferson Street, including the intersection at the end of the Whiting Street exit ramp. The preferred build alternative would widen the road from 2 lanes to 4 lanes, with wide sidewalks. This provides for a pedestrian connection between the Selman Greenway and the Meridian Greenway using the south side of Whiting Street. The Whiting Street exit ramp would have 3 lanes, with a dedicated left and 2 right turn lanes to help traffic to flow better. A new traffic signal would be installed at the end of the exit ramp to improve safety for pedestrians, and the crosswalk would include a pedestrian refuge at the intersection between the right lanes and the left lane to make crossing safer for pedestrians that need to cross over 2 stages of the signal cycle. Finally, we'll add signs to increase awareness to drivers and bicyclists that Whiting Street is bicycle-friendly. This view shows an artist rendering of the intersection at the end of the new ramp to Whiting Street, looking southwest. Last, we'll head to the new connection at Meridian Avenue, Location A. The preferred build alternative would extend Whiting Street to Meridian Avenue directly, connecting north of the existing Whiting Street intersection. This would improve the grid network for this area and allow for the grid to be expanded in the future. The new signal will work with the existing signal to the south, allowing for an additional crosswalk opportunity, which will improve pedestrian convenience and safety. Then we'll install a new traffic signal at the Brush Street intersection to improve safety for pedestrians and bicyclists. We'll construct wide sidewalks for a safe connection between the Selman Greenway and Meridian Avenue Greenway. This view shows an artist's rendering of the new portion of Whiting Street on the left side of the image and how it would connect to Meridian Avenue at the top of the image. Now that you've seen the recommended improvements, let's summarize. We would remove the diagonal ramp for exit ramp 6B that now connects to Channelside Drive. We would then lengthen and add capacity to the Florida Avenue ramp, improving driver safety and sightlines. we would add a traffic signal and pedestrian features. We would move exit ramp 6B to the north to connect to Whiting Street. To fit the new ramp, we would move the Jefferson Street entrance ramp slightly to the north, and we would construct a connection between Nebraska Avenue and Finley Street. Whiting Street would be widened to 4 lanes with 10-foot sidewalks on both sides of the road. We would add a traffic signal at the new intersection at the end of the exit ramp at Whiting Street, with 1 left turn and 2 right turn lanes. Add a crosswalk at the end of the ramp with a pedestrian refuge between the turn lanes. We would add a traffic signal at the Brush Street intersection. And finally, Whiting Street would be extended to connect to Meridian Avenue. Alternative 2 from the preliminary alternatives was chosen because it provides better connections at Meridian Avenue by creating a new intersection, which includes an additional crossing opportunity for pedestrians, and because it allows for the grid network to be expanded into the future. This will make getting around by foot, bike, or car easier. The preferred alternative would require us to purchase just over a half-acre of land, which includes 4 parcels. The overall cost for the project, which includes design, right-of-way acquisition, and construction, is estimated to be $55.3 million. An important element of this PD&E study was to evaluate the potential environmental impacts and benefits. A wide range of resources were evaluated: social features, including land use and mobility; cultural, which includes historic sites, parks, and trails; natural, which includes wetlands and floodplains; and physical, which includes air quality, noise, contamination, and traffic. A summary of the potential impacts resulting from the preferred alternative are shown here. This project would require the acquisition of approximately 1/2 acre of right-of-way, which includes 4 parcels. May impact 2 historic sites: the Ardent Mills facility, which is moving in the coming year, and the railroad tracks. Has low potential for the occurrence of protected species, and may require 6 utility replacements. In addition, within the area of potential impact, there are 42 noise receptors, 26 contamination sites with a high risk ranking, and 37 contamination sites with a medium risk ranking. You can find all the information presented tonight on the Whiting PD&E website, whitingstreetpde.com. This presentation will be on the website by close of business tomorrow. We are nearing the end of the study. Once the comment period ends, we will review all comments received and finalize the study. The final step is to take the recommendation to the THEA board for approval. We want to hear what you think. We have several ways to provide your comments. You may fill out a comment form here tonight and drop it in the comment box before you leave. You can make a verbal comment in a one-on-one setting with the court reporter here tonight. Or, on your own time, you can mail us your comment at the address shown here. You may visit the website and submit your comment using the comment form there, or you can email your comment to whiting@selmanstudies.com. To become part of the public hearing record, mailed comments must be postmarked, and email and website comments must be received by March 8, 2022. Thank you for attending tonight's public hearing.